Hump day.
Oh, baby.
Happy Wednesday, ladies and gentlemen. A great morning to you right here from Tampa, Florida. I got Matty Ice in the desk with me. And myself, Josh Saffron, with, of course, Gritty, always here. We have a ton. Usually Wednesdays are our lightest days. You know, you got Monday Night Football a couple days away, Sunday, and then, still got a little while to look ahead to the big weekend. Huge weekend of football going on. But, man, we actually had a lot of news coming out of both leagues yesterday. Cody Bellinger traded from the Chicago Cubs to the New York Yankees last night. We had a big quarterback move, a move that I would say is unprecedented in the NFL, switching from Kirk Cousins to Michael Penix last night. We also had the start of bowl season in NCAA last night.
Tis the season, baby.
I was asleep before the game ended. It ended in absolute wild fashion. Memphis and West Virginia. I do want to do a college football bowl game precursor while we let everyone get a chance to wake up and get into some of the bigger news of the day between Michael Penix and Cody Bellinger. And, of course, we're going to be giving away, it's the holiday season, we're going to be giving away a Topps Holiday Mega 2024. Jahir, good morning. Cards, what's going on? And Big Dog, all in here bright and early this morning. But first and foremost, we got Matty Ice. What's going on, man? How have the recent hits been treating you? Anything big to report home?
Oh, yeah. I would say the biggest hit, dude, we hit a bomb. It was a 15-player booklet redemption.
Damn.
It was Kegs, Bazana. It was everybody you can imagine to 5. It was a redemption.
Dang.
It was
number to 5. Do you know who it's going to?
Brian, 500, I want to say it is.
Okay. We need the picture. We need the picture is what I'm saying.
I tried to message him, and I wouldn't let me. I couldn't find him anywhere.
Really?
I tried to do everything in my power to shoot him a message. It would not let me.
Well, Brian, if you are out there, please.
Let us know.
Send us your way. Jahir, hello from Florida. What's going on, Jahir? Appreciate you hopping back in this morning. So what we're doing today, we got a lot of big news to get to, but I've noticed lately since we switched to 7 in the morning, people don't really start joining the stream until like 7:45. So, we're going to get a little silly here. We're going to talk a little college football and bowl games before we talk about the big news around 7:45 and get into our giveaways. But Matty Ice, I don't know about you.
Okay.
I'm a degenerate, right? like I woke up this morning and the first thing I did was check the Utah State score to see if they covered. They did not. They lost outright to UC San Diego. That was an absolute killer for me. But one of the best things is bowl season for true degenerates because it means, I have a great time what I do right now, especially in this new role. I sit there, I'm editing, I'm coming up with video ideas.
Oh, look at this guy.
But it is nice to have a college football game in the background.
There you go.
Have $20, $25 and slap that ticket against your knee while you're in your office. We all do it. Come on. It's very fun. I think we can all agree to it. All right. But last night, 9 p.m. game between Memphis and West Virginia in the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl. I didn't watch a snap. They can start that game at 9 p.m. I'm in bed. I'm asleep by that time. Did you see how that game ended, by the way?
I did not. I can't lie. I passed out early last night.
Memphis got a game-winning interception.
Okay.
And with the guy sliding down, West Virginia punched the ball out for a fumble, at the same time. And I think the refs just wanted to go home because they said, nope, he started his slide. He's down. When replay showed clearly they punched the ball out.
Wow.
Whatever, man. I don't want to get into that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, okay.
What I want to get into is there are 36 non-college football playoff bowls, and I want to highlight the best, and I mostly really want to highlight some of the worst. Where do you want to start, Matty Ice? You tell me. You want to start with the worst or start with the best? You call the shots.
Listen, I like hot takes in the morning. Let's hear the worst. Give me the worst.
All right. Let's go with some of the worst bowls in the non-college football playoff of the season. We're going to start with the what are we doing category in the college football bowl season. Number 1. It's a bowl that they used to call the military bowl, right?
Okay.
And who can't get behind that for the troops?
Absolutely, for the troops.
How can you not support the troops as a true American? You know what I mean? But this year, for some reason, they're calling it the Go Bowling Military Bowl.
What does that even mean?
I went on the website, right? The website pretty much all says all this stuff about the military, which, I'm all for it. You got to support the troops here. But then it's called the Go Bowling Military Bowl. So I'm like, is this just an advertisement for bowling in general? You go to the website, Ben, you that picture there? This is all it says. This is all I could find about bowling. It's a strike! Pirates versus Wolfpack. This feels like something I would have come up in a 5th grade, presentation here. There is one pun one poorly done pun about a mediocre matchup between ECU and North Carolina State about bowling.
Oh man.
Are you tuning into this, Matty Ice?
It's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, someone's got to do a better job than coming up with a go bowling for that one. I mean, there's got to be something just a little bit better than they come up with.
Yeah, Galapawa agrees. Middle school webmastering. I mean, like, listen, I'm sorry because I am not trying to slander our great men and women in the military, but I do think this go bowling cheesy, it's a strike. It's disrespectful to the troops.
They used AI generator for that one. That's what they did with that one.
You know what? Now that I'm looking at it again, that left picture, that's definitely like a bowling floor, you know what I mean? Like, where you roll the bowl over. So this is definitely like a gobowling.com is a website. I went deep into the weeds. It's just promoting like positivity. They need a strike team to come out during halftime. That's what I'm talking about, Jahir. It might be more interesting. However, I did a deep dive on this game, Matty Ice.
Okay.
What do you know about the NC State ECU rivalry?
I cannot lie. Listen, I don't know much about it, to be completely honest with you.
Here we go. I went into the weeds, man.
Oh, look at this guy.
The two teams began competing against each other in 1970. The football series between the two was suspended in 1987.
Why?
Now, the late, great Jimmy V, absolute legend, absolute hero, won a championship with NC State.
Okay.
Did you know he was transferred to the athletic director of NC State after he was done coaching?
I did not.
Jim Valvano, right, who we think is a legendary guy, he terminated the NC State ECU rivalry in 1987 because Pirate fans rushed the field at NC State after ECU beat NC State and tore down the NC State goalpost in 1987. I never had any idea about this. That is badass, man.
It is.
A mid-major school, by the way. It's not like this is like UF. It's not like this is like Alabama with this insane base. This is no disrespect to ECU, but ECU goes to NC State, beats them on their own campus, storms their field, and tears down their own goalpost. And Jimmy V, of all people, is their athletic director and says, no.
Come on, don't lose the game then. We're getting back to this again.
Dude, if we thought the flag plant...
down. I don't care. Come on,
if we thought the flag planting was bad, imagine having the visiting team storm your field and take down your own goalpost. That is badass. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely.
The schools would not meet again until 1992. They met again in 1996. But they have not. They started to meet on neutral campuses because NC State was too soft.
So is there a line on if they tear down the goalpost again?
No,
Come on,
they're not tearing down the goalpost.
Come on, there's no way.
The North Carolina legislation got involved, by the way, proposed a bill demanding UNC and NC State must play East Carolina on an annual basis that officially revived the series between ECU and NC State.
Man.
So there you go. There's your little bit of history lesson. Oh, what's going on, Chucky? But there you go. Jahir says money on NC State based on this one. I don't know, man. ECU's got some deep-seated anger against NC State. Chucky, what do you know about the Go Bowl and Military Bowl? All right, next one here for you. How about the Art of Sport LA Bowl hosted by Gronk? That's the name of the bowl. The Art of Sport LA Bowl, hosted by Gronk.
Like Rob Gronkowski.
Yes, Rob Gronkowski.
When I see Rob Gronkowski, I don't see him as an artistic fella. Like, I literally don't see him painting any pictures, and so that's what I think of when I see this. There's no way. There's no way.
So then, Ben, you have the picture of Art of Sport. I was like, what is Art of Sport? This is from the Art of Sport website here. And, what the hell is that? I mean, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, man.
What do you think about when you see that image, Matt?
Not good things. Not good things.
You know, like, all right, I just had to double check. Looks like, oh boy, I did not see this one, Chucky Roberts. But whatever it is, I believe you. Like, is my mind in the gutter or is that on them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's on them.
That's on them. All right, I just had to check with you.
That's on them.
That is questionable.
Sus.
Am I wrong for this being a little bit sus? You know, this game is tonight. Art of Sport is a deodorant company, I have learned, who has somehow sponsored this bowl game and has gotten Rob Gronkowski to be the host of this bowl game. Can I be honest? They got me, man. I'm going to be watching this now.
Really?
Yes. Also, UNLV Moneyline, baby. That was a banger joke that won't get its shine. All right. Chucky, there you go. There you go. UNLV money line, by the way. No, UNLV -3 tonight, by the
-3?
way. Like kind of like a sidebar. I started researching this game because I was like, what the hell is Art of Sport? Why is Gronk hosting it? Why does their website look like a adults, kind of website, in my opinion? But the coach is gone, right, from UNLV.
Yep.
In this age of players transferring and all that, everyone on UNLV has stayed. Remember, if UNLV started the season 3-0, their quarterback said he wasn't getting paid.
Yeah,
so he left. Since then, the guy who's replaced him has been just as good. And I feel like UNLV has already dealt with enough.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But there you go. That's the Art of Sport poll. And then one more. I didn't do that much research on this one. It's called the Staff DNA Cure Bowl. It's Ohio versus Jacksonville State. This is on December 20th. Staff DNA Cure Bowl sounds like the next pandemic. Why would you call a bowl game that? Isn't there something called a staph infection? You know what I mean? When I hear a bowl, that makes me think of something that there's a worm crawling in my small intestine. I'm not going to tune into it. And then the matchup is Ohio versus Jacksonville State. I don't know, man. Are you going to be tuning into the Staff DNA Cure Bowl?
No, I'm not, but I like Jacksonville State.
So, there you go.
I won't. I'll probably, if I do decide to sprinkle a little dough on it, I would definitely take Jacksonville State.
Big Dog says sounds elite to me. If that's what you want to call it, man, a true football guy.
Big Dog
saying, we're going to go in the trenches. We're going to get a staph infection this game. I don't know what the hell they're doing there. So those were, the toilet bowls of the bowl season. Matty Ice, is there one bowl that really catches your eye every year? Growing up, you watch the Sun Bowl. I don't know.
It was the Tostitos Bowl.
Tostitos,
I was a big fan of Tostitos Bowl.
Come
on, listen, those were always I was a big fan of the Tostitos, the scoop ones so you could have a salsa.
It's a good shout.
And listen, so I liked it when I watched the bowl of that one.
I don't. And if you remember, greatest play, some say, in college football history, Boise State, little old Boise State against Big Bad Oklahoma in 2007. The old Statue of Liberty play for the win in the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. I remember one of the most iconic games of all time. I was hurt when I found out Jacksonville State was indeed not in Florida. Me too, Big Dog. I did not know that as well. It's in Alabama. It's in Alabama. There's multiple Jacksonvilles, allegedly. Good shout, Big Dog.
Big Dog.
All right. It's time to get into some of the fun
ones.
College football bowl games. And I'm actually going to go in reverse order. I'm going to save the best for last here.
Oh, here we go.
Starting off with this awesome bowl game. First of all, great name. The Wasabi Fenway Bowl. This is awesome for more than one reason. I like wasabi. Are you a sushi man?
I am, but I'm not a wasabi guy. I can't lie. I'm not a wasabi guy.
I will do a tiny bit of wasabi. I respect the game. What's your go-to roll for sushi?
The California, probably.
All right.
It's just simple.
A little bit basic. But
very basic. I'm not a connoisseur of sushi.
Okay. I'm a spicy tunas man.
Okay.
Big spicy tuna guy, by the way. But all right, this is awesome for multiple reasons. Wasabi Fenway Bowl, UNC versus UConn. Bill Belichick, new head coach of UNC, with this game being played in Boston, where he coached in New England for many, many years. I just love that angle going against UConn, who, by the way, was the butt of every joke a few years ago. Good for UConn making this into a bowl.
Absolutely.
Just a fun one. The Duke's Mayo Bowl, the OG Gimmick Bowl. If you're not familiar, the winner of the bowl, instead of a Gatorade bath, you got a mayonnaise bath. What's better than that? That's going to be on January 3rd between
Who was the quarterback there? Was it Will Levis?
Will Levis.
Yes.
And he made a whole freaking career out of one terrible gimmick, by the way.
Now he's benched.
Yeah, now he's benched.
That's all he's going to be. He's the mayonnaise guy.
Waka Waka says mayo baths are good for your skin. I'm going to have to take your word on this one. I don't know if we had it in the budget to get a Diddy-sized mayo from Costco, you know what I mean? And then we could maybe take a bath. But I don't know. I'm going to leave that for the winner of the Duke's Mayo Bowl. All right, this one. How about the Snoop Dogg Arizona Bowl? Snoop Doggy Dogg, baby. Sponsoring bowl games now. I thought I've seen it all when they got Bitcoin sponsoring a bowl in 2013. Now we have Snoop Dogg sponsoring a bowl itself. I don't want to know what the winner of this bowl is getting showered with. In fact, I would love to know, if you know what I'm saying. But I don't know. It's Miami, Ohio versus Colorado State. Who gives a damn who's playing in this game?
I don't care.
It's Snoop Dogg. He's sponsored a bowl. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, shout out to Snoop Dogg. He's doing a great job with the whole brand.
Yes.
He's got smokeless fire pits. He's got a great... Have you had his wine?
No, I have not.
His wine is actually really good.
Really?
Shout out
What's
to
it called?
Schuber's Liquor Store in Rochester, by the way. They gave me a free taste of...
Do you know what it's called?
16 crimes or 18 crimes or something like that.
It's a rosé, isn't it?
He's got different kinds. I've tried his red. He's got a champagne. He's got a whole line of wine. It's actually pretty good. So shout out Snoop Dogg for sponsoring his own random bowl in Arizona. And now the one bowl I wanted to talk about. Really the bowl game that
the bowl of bowls
that has sparked this whole segment. How about the Pop-Tart Bowl?
Oh, come on. Now that's my internet kid coming out. Come on.
There we go. All right. For those who did not see the Pop-Tart Bowl, what they did last season was they went all out. It's marketing genius. It's a pretty, it's a decent bowl actually between who's playing this one? Oh yeah, Iowa State and Miami.
That's a great game.
It's actually like a really big game. This is like arguably the biggest bowl game matchup wise for teams that missed the college football playoff. But aside from that, you're saying he ain't lying. It's pretty good. All right. Formerly the Cheez-It Bowl, I believe. I think you might be right, but don't quote me on that. Last year, they had a life-size Pop-Tart, in case you guys are unfamiliar, who they laid to rest at the end of the year. Ben, did I send you the shrine they have for the Pop-Tart last year? I'm not sure if you have it or not. That's on me if I didn't. But they have a shrine for last year's Pop-Tart. It's a frosted, I believe it's a frosted strawberry was the one that they laid to rest last season. So they put the frosted strawberry Pop-Tart in a sign that said, "Dreams really do come true." It jumped into a toaster, and then afterwards, the winning team all took turns tearing apart a giant Pop-Tart and won it as a trophy. Big Dog missed it. This year at the bowl committee, they had an entire shrine for the Pop-Tart. The bowl commissioner, Mr. Repchak, says, going to this year, we're not necessarily done with frosted strawberry. People who came to this year's game, that maybe came to last year's game, still need the opportunity to pay tribute. So we're going to look at what we can do for the fans and the fan areas outside the stadium and inside the stadium to pay tribute to our edible mascot in mouth heaven before this year's chosen flavor joins them. There is a 2-minute-long advertisement for this year's Pop-Tart Bowl. Oh, yes, Ben, thank you. Yes, this is the shrine. This is the shrine they have for last year's frosted strawberry Pop-Tart. This is marketing genius. They made a 2-minute video which captures a shot-for-shot replica of the Oppenheimer trailer.
Oh, stop.
Yes, but for Pop-Tarts.
Oh, man.
And they said this year, we're doubling down.
Double down, baby.
This year, they have made the Pop-Tart trophy a workable toaster. Ben, do you have the video, my friend? Check this out, what they are doing with the Pop-Tart Bowl this year. They have absolutely outdone themselves. First of all, great game. Miami and Iowa State. We should see Cam Ward in the NFL.
Oh, absolutely.
Miami, some are saying, should have been a team in the college football playoff. Sure. I don't necessarily disagree. But check out this quick little clip from the Pop-Tart Bowl this season. Look at this. 2 slots for the toaster. Look at that. Pop it. And then, look, they got scared. They get scared. They're eating the Pop-Tarts. They made, yes, Big Dog. They made the trophy for the Pop-Tart Bowl a working toaster. And in a new twist, the bowl MVP of the Miami-Iowa State matchup will pick one of the 3 edible mascots. So now it's like a choose who's getting sacrificed kind of deal, dude. This is going crazy.
It's just pick your poison right there. You're
frosted cinnamon roll, frosted hot fudge sundae, frosted wild berry. And after the game ends, the MVP, so probably Cam Ward, is going to have to pick these 3 living mascots and say, one of you gets sacrificed. So, Matty Ice, which one are you choosing here, the 3?
See, the Sunday one I was a big fan of growing up.
Yeah.
But nothing beats a classic. Give me the cinnamon.
Give me the cinnamon? All right.
Give me the cinnamon, man.
I'm all about the
Sunday.
Sunday.
Here's the crazy thing is I never actually heated them up until I got older.
Really?
It was a game changer.
I'm the
opposite.
A game changer. I'm the opposite.
Really?
I heated it up my whole life, and then I got older. I was like, screw that. I just want to eat it now.
I was the total opposite. They were good snacks at school and middle school. They were great. But then you put it in the toaster, game changer. All
right, what do we got? Let us know in the chat, guys. What Pop-Tart? What's our go-to Pop-Tart? I'm a hot fudge sundae. I'm a s'mores guy. I like the chocolate
s'mores one was really good.
Pop-Tarts.
Can't sleep on that s'mores one.
But there you go, guys. The winning team also gets to take the hardware back to their school and decide whether to use it as a trophy case
or a toaster.
I was doing a deep dive on this. They're like so nervous. This game's being played in Orlando, by the way. I'm pretty sure. Okay. So they're talking about like, oh, we're so nervous. If it rains, we're not going to be able to use the toaster. We really hope the weather holds up so we can use the toaster. Oh, my goodness. So, guys, appreciate you waking up with me. Get into some of the fun stuff. Let's go into here. Team S'mores, baby. Team S'mores in the chat. Hot fudge, cookies and cream, wild berry, s'mores. All right, there we go. We got the s'mores love in the chat.
Nothing beats the classic. Give me the cinnamon.
So, I appreciate you guys playing around with me this morning on this fun little bowl game. Before we get into some of the more hard-hitting news, last topic on college football. Matt, I know we were talking off screen about this. You were excited to talk a little Travis Hunter. Now, this week, baby. There's been a lot of news to get into, obviously. But I kind of wanted to put a bow on this Travis Hunter thing. The Colorado Buffaloes, obviously, they missed the college football playoff. They're going to be playing in the Birmingham Bowl, Colorado against BYU.
Yeah.
I'm taking Colorado in this game. Obviously, Travis Hunter has won the Heisman.
Yeah.
Controversially. I don't think it should be controversially.
I agree. I think that he won it, and it was very clear. That's my personal take. Me and my buddy were actually talking about this yesterday. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. Jeanty had a phenomenal year. I don't want to take anything away from him. I think if Hunter didn't...
He's going to be great in the NFL. There's no doubt about that.
My only thing is with him is obviously he's not playing in the strongest conference, right?
Yeah.
And neither are the Buffaloes. But
stronger,
let's say Jeanty plays somewhere in the SEC, do you think he comes near those where he's with what he's doing?
That's a good question.
And that's the question I keep having.
Two answers. If Jeanty put up the numbers he did while playing in the SEC, I do think the Heisman conversation is a lot different.
I think he wins it.
I don't know if he wins it, but I do think it's close. I think it's a bigger discussion.
Really?
But I think he puts up similar numbers. Not as gaudy.
Really?
I do think he puts up similar numbers because these teams, they're not as good as SEC teams. They're putting like 8 guys in the box, right? Like I found myself fading Boise State a couple times because after the first 2 weeks, it was like, all right, everyone knows it's Ashton Jeanty. They're stacking the box, and it just didn't matter. Like he just kept running. Same debate can be said about Travis Hunter, about the SEC.
I agree.
That's true, but I do think there is a big step up.
Here's another argument as well, is that Hunter was the number 1 recruit, if I'm not mistaken. What was that, 3 years ago now?
Uh-huh.
And he's not like he wasn't playing against the best competition out there at the time. I mean, he was playing in 5-on-5s. He was playing in all these top tournaments, all these showcases. He was going against the best of the best.
Yeah.
JT, I mean, I really didn't hear about him until Boise State.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So, Travis Hunter, a couple things to break down. And no, I'm not talking about his fiance today. There's way too much news about that. Unless you really want to go in there, Matt.
I honestly didn't even know he got. Did he got engaged?
Dude, just stop. Just go on Twitter. Travis Hunter fiance. It's all over everyone's feed. Boy. I do not want to do this here.
Oh boy.
But I saw this article. The NFL sources talking about what position he would play in the NFL. They all said cornerback.
I could see it.
I wanted to get your take on if you believe that, and then kind of take a step back, being a sports breaking company, being on Fanatics Live. You think that kind of tanks his market for rookie cards?
That's a great question. See, I originally, and I've looked at a few of the mock drafts coming up.
Yeah.
The Patriots were the landing spot for him.
What is that, number 2?
3, I believe. As of right now, they're at number 3. So I thought that was going to be a great fit. You know, they needed a wide receiver. They needed another weapon for the young Drake May. And if they only use him at cornerback, it's going to be interesting. So I wonder if they're going to use him at all at wide receiver.
I know. It's tough.
I mean, they got Christian Gonzalez, who was an absolute stud. I love Christian Gonzalez at cornerback. But, I mean, Travis Hunter's not the best cornerback in the draft. He won't be. So if they're looking at straight cornerback, I would look at a guy like Will Johnson from Michigan.
Look at you.
Who's an absolute stud. I mean, you got Kobe Bryant as well for Kansas, but other than that,
Dude, isn't he the second Kobe Bryant to be a highly drafted cornerback in like 5 years? Could have sworn there was another Kobe Bryant, unless this is just the same guy who's like used like 6 different COVID medical years. You know how it always goes?
Probably.
I don't know. Okay, thank you, big dog. I was about to say, yeah, there was a Kobe Bryant on the Seahawks. See, all right, reading this article from Jay Glazer, he was saying that the majority cited Hunter's elite ball skills, just so hard to find a shutdown corner like that. But I'm not buying it, to be honest with you. I think, and I hear what you're saying. He's not top 10 in any wide receiver category. I feel like he has shown the excitement to be good enough, especially on a team. I don't know, like take the Eagles, for example.
Okay.
You got Jahan Dotson, who's playing wide receiver 3. He hasn't done crap.
Yeah.
I have to imagine even a team like the Eagles would say, hey, Hunter, play a little wide receiver 3 for us. We need a spark right now. Let's see what we got.
Why would you not? Like, who are the Patriots wide receivers right now? You got Jalen Polk. You got
Demario Douglas?
Demario Douglas, and then who's the third?
I don't even know, man.
So why would you not put him at least a 3?
I agree. I think Travis Hunter. I think Travis Hunter, when he gets drafted, right? I don't think we should be buying this. He's just a cornerback kind of narrative.
There's no way.
I think he's got to be too good. He plays a little wide receiver.
You have to at least use him. You have to at least use the skill set. Have to. If not, you would just be letting talent go to waste.
All right, what were you saying, by the way, about him donating his NIL money to me?
So, I didn't know this until I was reading an article, and it was actually, I believe it was Deion Sanders Jr. that said this.
Okay.
He said that...
Wait, Deion Sanders Jr.?
Yeah, the junior.
Shador?
No, I think he has...
Shiloh?
I think he has another son as well.
I didn't know this.
I think he has another son, to be honest, as well. But
older or younger?
Younger.
Okay.
I believe. Don't quote me on this, but he says that all the NIL money, which is I believe is $5 million, Travis Hunter's been giving that to his teammates. For like to help them out.
What a guy.
Which is a stud move. That's a great move. I mean, he knows he's making a lot of money through endorsements and all that and the NIL money, but he's helping out his teammates who maybe not be making as much. Which is a great move.
There's been too much Travis Hunter.
Is he older?
I was going to say, it would make no sense to be like, all right, I'm going to have Shador, I'm going to have Shiloh. You two aren't good enough. Now I'm going to name my third son Deion Jr. You know what I mean? Doesn't that sound crazy?
We wait for this. This is a song we wanted.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that would make sense. Now,
this is a little bit of a tangent. Anyone, big fans of the movie Back to the Future, by any chance? I know it's crazy, but in Back to the Future, right? He goes back to the future, gets his parents together, and they're like, oh, Marty, that would be a nice name for a kid. And then they have 2 kids. They don't name they wait till the third one to name him Marty.
We'll wait.
Always a plot hole. A plot hole to me in Back to the Future.
Absolutely.
So I was wondering if Deion Sanders Jr. Yeah, Big Dog knows. I was wondering if that was like a Back to the Future kind of thing. Like wait till the third kid to name him Marty.
Hey, you never know.
Anyways, there we go. That's a little college football precursor to the day. I go to bed so early now that I get up to do the show.
Exactly.
I missed this news last night. This news broke around 9 p.m. Now, I was awake.
This is right when I fell asleep like 25 minutes later.
Okay.
I just saw it and I was like, oh, baby, here we go.
This news broke late. I didn't originally have this in the show sheet. I didn't see this till I woke up today, to be honest with you. Michael Penix. Let me just pat myself on the back real quick. I was the first person I heard say Michael Penix should be the starting quarterback of the Falcons.
We've been talking about it for sure.
We've been talking about this for about 2 weeks now.
Yeah.
We talked about it a little bit every day so far this week, and to be honest with you, I am shocked, Matt. I am absolutely shocked. Yesterday, I threw out the theory that the Falcons might be playing for nothing, and they could start Michael Penix on Week 18. But Raheem Morris, rookie head coach of the Falcons, comes out last night and says, you know what? 1 game behind in the division. We have a 32% chance in the playoffs. We just paid this quarterback millions and millions of dollars. Let's make the switch now. Michael Penix is in. Kirk Cousins is out. Matty Ice, your initial reactions, chat, please.
My initial reaction
initial reactions as well.
Is that's the worst contract ever. That might go down as one of the worst contracts ever.
Tobias Harris would like the word.
I'm looking at this. 4 years, $180 million. He had a $50 million signing bonus and $100 million guaranteed.
Jesus.
What are you doing?
So Schefter tweeted and he said if they cut Cousins after like whatever the day is, the June 1st or July 1st, okay, it's $65 million of dead cap.
Oh.
It's $40 million this season, $25 million next season.
Oh, that hurts. That's going down as one of the worst contracts ever.
And
this is just gonna bite him. I mean, now the GM's looking like a genius. Low key looking like a genius for drafting Penix.
Okay, but it's the same GM who signed Kirk Cousins to that deal.
I don't know. I guess we gotta see how Penix does then. I don't know what to say because signing Kirk to that contract is criminal.
I can't imagine it's worse than Michael Penix. I mean, worse than Kirk Cousins. Like, it can't be worse. Last 5 games for Kirk Cousins, 1 touchdown, 9 interceptions. I mean, that is grounds for benching.
It really is. It is.
And listen, I didn't have time because I didn't see this news until this morning, and I might have to do some digging today and find out tomorrow. I have to imagine this is the first time anything like this has ever happened, where you are this close to a playoff chance.
Yeah.
You're paying your quarterback this much money, and you make the switch. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
The Eagles did this with Carson Wentz and Jalen Hurts. Like, it's not like this is totally unheard of. Carson Wentz just got paid a Kirk Cousins-like contract. The Eagles had to make the decision to bench Carson Wentz and start Jalen Hurts, but they did that once they were already out of the playoffs. So I want to say the Eagles were like 4-8 by the time they had made that switch. This comes with the Falcons being one game out of the playoffs, and they're saying, the guy we just paid, what'd you say, $180 million to?
$180 million.
He's not giving us the best chance to win. We have to win. We are going for Michael Penix. I got to say, Matty Ice, I said it yesterday for the people who are getting into these prism breaks in football.
Yep.
I said it yesterday, get the Falcons. Now, if you're pricing the Falcons.
I just saw his 1-of-1.
I saw that too. Shut up, Viper guy.
Yeah, Viper guy.
Dude.
Taking that. Yeah,
that
dude,
was sick.
I mean, it's just crazy to say because, I mean, I remember we were talking about, Liz, you said we've been talking about this for a while now.
Yes.
When do you just say enough is enough, Kirk? When do you just say enough is enough? And so it's weird because they kept saying, we're not thinking about it. It's not really on our head right now. We don't want to talk. It's not happening. Kirk is our guy. Kirk's the guy.
That game against the Raiders was
and then
the last
game against
straw.
the Raiders was the last straw.
One touchdown that was a busted coverage. Everything else was just slop against the Raiders team without Max Crosby. Cousins was getting sacked, looking mobile. Time to turn to Michael Penix. I'll be honest. I think Penix is going to light it up.
I think so too.
Now, my one thing I will ask, is it unfair that this switch comes right before you play against the New York Giants? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you are setting Penix up for success, which good for them. But if you're Kirk, you're like, the Giants? Really? I didn't get a chance to redeem myself against the Giants?
He had a chance against the Raiders.
That's fair.
He had a chance against the Raiders. I mean, the Giants, I really don't think the Giants are that bad of a team. Like if they're
really?
Like, here's the thing.
Okay.
They have the talent. They have some talent. And last year, I believe they made the playoffs last year, if I'm not mistaken.
They got a good D-line. The Giants?
The Giants, I believe they made the playoffs
2 years ago.
Was that 2 years ago now?
Yeah.
But I think that they're going to be in the market for a quarterback. Danny Dimes showed that he's not the guy, which is what they were this year was for them, I believe. So it's going to be interesting to see what the Giants do. But they do their defense isn't terrible. They got Brian Burns up there. I'm trying to think of their
Kevon Thibodeau.
Yeah.
I mean, they got
some young stars, and they have some money, I believe, that they can work with this year.
They got a decent front seven. The Giants secondary, though, might be 32nd in the league. It's like the Giants and the Bengals are right there. And Jahir makes a great point. I do think we're going to see the same exact thing happen with Sam Darnold. Play action, and shout out Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison.
Now you're saying that.
Okay.
Ready for this?
Here we go.
So they need a quarterback and they need a cornerback.
No.
Come on.
No.
Bring Prime over to New York, baby.
All right.
And imagine they make a trade up and then they get Shador and they get Travis Hunter in the same spot.
Shador and Travis Hunter in the same spot. That'd be pretty awesome.
I mean, we saw the Texans do it.
I thought you were saying that the Vikings are going to need a quarterback and they're going to trade back for Kirk Cousins. No. That's what I thought you were saying. I was like, come on now, Matty Ice. You can't do that. That's too crazy.
No, it's too early.
Jahir's right. That's kind of the point I was making here is that, like, I think that this is...
oh, that's a great...
I would give it to him. I see Burrow is leading it right now. I think if you go... Probably gonna finish 8-9. Yeah. I would imagine. If you go 8-9 when you have a guy like Sam Darnold, I would 1,000% give it to Sam Darnold. Actually, Jahir. That's a fun betting market, by the way. We can't bet that. I don't think in Florida, but if you can bet that, I know that Darnold is not the favorite for that. So I would put a couple bucks on that. Big Dog says, "What about the Jets trading back for Darnold?" Would not hate that, honestly. Would not hate that at all. But then would that imply that they're giving up Aaron Rodgers to the Vikings? I don't know. I think the Vikings are more comfortable if they have Daniel Jones and wait on J.J. McCarthy.
Exactly, 100%.
But I wouldn't hate that, Big Dog. I'm interested to see that as well. But all in all, Penix, Giants this weekend, that's going to be a lot of fun. I think Penix is going to be absolutely lights out. Interested to see, say 5 years from now, what do you think the quarterbacks look like? I know this is like a huge question. I'm just kind of springing it on you. If you were to go Daniels, Williams, Penix, Knicks, where would you rank those for real quick 5 years from now?
All right, so give me number one. I'm still so high on Jane Daniels.
Okay.
I love Jane Daniels.
Okay.
Then I'm going to go, give me Bo Nix at 2.
Wow.
Give me Bo Nix at 2.
Makes me sick.
I'm still not a believer in Caleb Williams. I'm really not.
Okay.
And then I'll go Caleb Williams 3. And then
Penix 4?
And Penix 4.
Really?
Yeah, I have to see more of Penix. I have to say I don't even know what JJ McCarthy looks like right now. And again, I like JJ McCarthy out of college.
That's true. I wasn't thinking about JJ McCarthy.
And so I need to at least see what he has in store.
I'm feeling Daniels 1 still. Yeah. I'm feeling Penix 2. I absolutely love Michael Penix, man. I think like the pictures of him look like there's a bunch of hard pictures of Penix just like doing the classic like NFL player where they got the hands in the pads and he's just staring down like Cousins playing like on the sideline. Like he's just been ready to go in every single snap.
He's itching.
Like I'm so excited for Penix.
Let me see the kid play. I want to see him get a snap.
Give me Caleb Williams, number 3, actually.
I
actually like Caleb Williams. I think he's been a victim of a terrible situation. And even still, he's shown flashes with a horrible situation over there in Chi-Town.
Okay, terrible situations, but he's got his weapons. He's got weapons. Like, what more does he... I mean, he's going to be going... He's working with more than a lot of the young quarterbacks have had.
I wouldn't say he's working with more than Jaden Daniels. I wouldn't say... I think Terry McLaurin is every bit as good as DJ Moore. It's the same... And Eckler and Brian Robinson. Keenan Allen doesn't do it for me at this stage in his career. He's got more weapons than Bo Nix, so I'll give him that. Yeah. But I don't think his coaching is far worse than Sean Payton. I think coaching is maybe more important than the weapons at this point.
I completely agree.
And then Michael Penix, I think it's interesting to see. It's 50-50.
He's got a lot of weapons. He has so much weapons.
He's got Bijan. He's got Pitts, who's always been underutilized.
Who's having a resurgence year.
He's got Drake London, who has obviously really taken a big leap this season. Yep. And I do think he's got an interesting coaching situation. Jury's still out on Raheem Morris. Not going to bury him, not going to prop him up. I think Raheem Morris, you need to see it in the second year for him.
100%.
Big Dog saying he likes Caleb too. He's just on the Yeah, that's just like being on the Browns. But right now, honestly, I'd rather be on the Browns than Stefanski.
I can't lie. I had that sour taste with Caleb Williams ever since the beginning of the draft. Where he declined player workouts, where he did all this. He said, "I'm not doing this. I don't want to go here. I'm not a guy for theatrics."
I can't blame you for that.
Just at least go to the interviews. At least just do the give them the medical records. Just give them everything they need. Why are you doing this?
I can't blame you for that. And you know what? I had to kind of take a step back and be like, you know what? I got to throw that out. Fresh slate. He's in the NFL now.
I never did. I never did.
Hear you, though.
I just never did.
9 minutes, by the way. 9 minutes until we're giving away a holiday mega. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Less than 10 minutes to go to get in on our giveaway for a 24-24 Topps holiday mega box. All right, Matty Ice, what do we got? NFL Week 15 now that the book's finally closed. Winners and losers of Week 15. What do we got, Matty Ice?
Oh, give me the winners. The winners are going to be my Billy Goats.
Again?
It has to be. I mean, we're like, and I'm not doing this just because I'm a Bills fan, but you're sitting pretty and you just beat the best team in the NFC. You just smacked. It was a beatdown. It looked like a beatdown for pretty much the entire game. And Allen is looking phenomenal. I think he sealed his MVP case with that game. I
sealed it 2 weeks ago. You know, it's over. And Saquon rushing for 65 doesn't hurt.
Yes, exactly. So I think that you're sitting pretty. You know that if you can make it to the Super Bowl, I don't see anyone in the NFC that could beat us. Name a team that you think that could beat us. It was the Lions, and they're hurt. Montgomery out for the year,
big time.
I mean, maybe the Packers, maybe.
I don't think that could be the Bills.
I don't think that. Yeah, I don't think that the Lions are the best team in the NFC right now anymore.
Big Dog says Chiefs, of course. Yeah, well, Eagles, I think, but even still, I don't know.
I'll be honest, dude. I'm not scared of the Chiefs this year. There's nothing about the Chiefs that scare me,
especially to get the 1 seed. I don't think the Chiefs can do it 2 years in a row.
I don't think so. Nothing scares me.
My winner of the week, I'm gonna go with the kind of like on the same page as you. Give me the Vikings. As much as the Bills became winners beating the Lions, Vikings benefited for that. The Vikings control their own destiny right now. Absolutely bonkers. And I think the Vikings are frauds. I don't think I'll be picking the Vikings to win a playoff game straight up. But you can't argue with the numbers. You can't argue with the results.
So who do you have coming out of the NFC?
The Eagles. Come on,
Eagles,
man. That's my team right there.
That's true.
I got to go Eagles, and then
the
depending on how things shake up, I think the Packers can make a run. I don't have the Lions. I think the Lions are way too hurt. Montgomery news, the defense.
Which is sad.
And especially if they lose this 1 seed, if they lose the bye, it's another game you are taxing that defense. Now I think it's going to be a legitimate possibility. They still have to beat the Vikings one more time to lock up the division. Dude, they have to beat the Vikings to lock up the division, let alone the 1 seed.
I know.
Not only could they lose that 1 seed, they could lose home field advantage and go, what would that be? 14-3? They could go 14-3 and lose home field advantage right there.
Wow.
So, I don't know, man. I think the Vikings are a huge winners of the week. Bills look good, but Josh Allen ends up forgetting how to throw the ball in January. Jaheir.
That's crazy, Jaheir.
I want to agree with you. I am a Josh Allen hater, but he looks different. He is not turning the ball over. He's just cooking this season.
And that's crazy to take, too, because if you look back and when they lost to the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game, he was on a historic performance in a postseason playoff. The reason that no one's talking about it,
Sean McDermott.
13 seconds. Sean McDermott. That's the only reason.
13 seconds, fake punt to DeMar Hamlin as well. I mean, it's been a Sean McDermott disaster class 2 years in a row. All right, and then what do we got for losers?
Losers, it's going to stay within the same division.
There we go.
Miami Dolphins.
Yeah,
the Miami Dolphins.
That's a great call. They could have, and to your point, real quick, not to jump in, I think you're totally right. I wish I thought of that because the way the Chargers are playing, the Dolphins with a win this past weekend, they might have been able to steal a playoff spot. You're right.
No, they had a 100% chance.
Oh, that's good.
And Tua sold the bag. Tua did not show up. He did not look good. And I mean, you're paying Tyreek Hill a ton of money. He has the ball in his hands. Tua makes the best throw he's made all day. Makes the best throw. Right in Tyreek's hands. Tyreek let Stingley rip it out of his hands.
Shout out to Stingley.
It was unbelievable. Not a fan.
So
and Tua needs to learn to slide. He needs to learn how to slide.
I know, man.
Every time you're just holding your breath, dude. It's unbelievable.
5 minutes till the giveaway. Shout out Suncoast Ben there, guys. 5 minutes until we get our giveaway. Rockin' and rollin' holiday mega. We do ship it sealed, by the way. Rip it with the fam. Gift it to a family member, Secret Santa, whatever you want to do with it. But guys, giveaway running in 5 minutes. All right, my loser of the week, kind of the same vein. A team that could have stolen a playoff spot.
Ooh.
The Indianapolis Colts. And I've already dragged them through this week. I had Ben play the funniest play I've seen since the Colts.
Oh,
they also had the second funniest play.
The fake lateral.
Yes, and they just pick it up. What about also Jonathan Taylor dropping the ball at the 1 yard line in a game where not only could you have beaten the Broncos to try to overtake them for the playoffs, I think the Chargers are just going to sleepwalk their way into the 7th seed in the AFC. Yeah. Colts could have absolutely had stolen it from them.
100%.
Indianapolis Colts, my loser of the week. Third time it's happened this year as well, Big Dog, if I'm not mistaken. A guy dropping the ball at the freaking 1 yard line. What are we doing?
The worst play I've ever seen, it kind of reminds me of that play, was the Raiders versus the Patriots. When they did
Yes.
It was Jacoby Myers.
Well, Ramondre Stevenson deserves flack because he's the one who started it.
Yeah.
And then Jacoby Myers is the one who, the death
just
blow.
the worst thing I've ever seen.
I had Raiders money line that day, my friend, and that felt amazing. That felt amazing. I want to say it was my first week living in Rochester. Like, it's ingrained in my head. Like, that was awesome.
Crazy.
All right. It was awesome, baby. Shout out Dick Vitale. Cancer-free as well. All right, let's get a little quarterback news, a little update on the Patrick Mahomes ankle situation. Mixed news out of the Chiefs camp yesterday. Okay. I say mixed news because we got the report from Adam Schefter. Chiefs listed Patrick Mahomes as a full participant in today's practice. Did not expect that. He had a high ankle sprain is what they were expecting it to be. By the way, Hollywood Brown, also a full participant for the Kansas City Chiefs. But then same day, Andy Reid asked about the quarterback situation. Says he has full confidence in Carson Wentz.
That's interesting.
Not really any takes here, just kind of updating people in case you guys missed the news.
They're just doing like a little smoke show saying, hey, like not giving the benefit of the doubt, trying to leave it up in the air? Because, I mean, obviously you're looking at Carson Wentz and you're looking at Patrick Mahomes. I mean, they're two totally different players.
If the NFL didn't totally screw the Kansas City Chiefs to end the season, I think we see Patrick Mahomes. But they have to play 3 games in 11 days. I think we see Carson Wentz start at least one game.
One of them, and just give him the benefit of the doubt.
I don't know how they're going to shake this out if you're the Chiefs, because obviously the 1 seed is so important.
Yeah.
But obviously I think more important is having a healthy Patrick Mahomes through the entire playoffs. So I don't know how they shape this up. I'm just kind of situation we're monitoring. In case you guys missed the news yesterday, just giving you an update right there. Well, Jahir, that goes without saying. Chiefs have devil magic going on.
It's unbelievable.
It's hilarious to me.
Keep getting away with it.
I would love to see the Carson Wentz revenge story. 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes until we get this giveaway up,
baby.
Ladies and gentlemen. And I wanted to, with all this quarterback news, to do a little quarterback power rankings as we hit the end of the season. And we're going to start with number 10. We're going to go reverse order here.
Okay.
Number 10, Sam Darnold. I don't really believe in him, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But the way he's playing the season, can't argue with number 10. I don't think there's 10 quarterbacks playing better than, you know what I mean? Like, I think Sam Darnold's the 10th quarterback in the NFL right now. Not long term.
Yeah, I can get on board with that.
I'm going to give Sam Darnold number 10.
Okay.
Right ahead of Sam Darnold, Jaden Daniels. He had a little bit of a rough stretch.
Yeah, he did.
But I think Jaden Daniels is doing, kind of a little more carrying than Sam Darnold. I'd like to see Jaden Daniels playing with Justin Jefferson. But yeah, Jaden Daniels, number 9 in all of the NFL. Number 8, my guy Jalen Hurts right here. Have him one spot ahead of Jaden Daniels.
Had to do that. He had
to do it.
Listen, I know you did that.
Now, before last week, I think it would have had the two flipped.
Oh, my goodness. Did you see his press game? His
Jalen Hurts?
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Of course I did.
That's what you wanted to see, right?
Very much.
Come on. Give me a break.
Very much unlike him,
buddy. Take it easy.
That's very much unlike Jalen Hurts. He's been feeling it. Number 7, right ahead of Jalen Hurts. Matt Stafford. Now, last week was a little bit shaky, but Matt Stafford's still that guy. I believe in him. Year, and he's still making those
especially
throws.
with the weapons coming in and out of the injuries.
Right.
I like that a lot, actually.
I would take Matt Stafford right now as the number 7 quarterback. Now, we got into this big discussion yesterday about Stafford versus Goff, and I did a little more deep diving, and I can't argue with it. I want to say Stafford's better than Goff, but right now, I put Jared Goff at number 6. Now, that might be too low for a lot of people, but I'm sticking with it.
No,
Jared Goff at number 6. 8 a.m. 8 a.m., by the way.
Lock and load.
Giveaway is going live. Topps Holiday Mega is live, baby. Guys. Follow and enter. Got to make sure you're following to hop on in. We do ship this thing sealed. If you want to rip it with the fam, you want to gift it to a friend or family member, there you go, guys. Hop on in for the free. A Topps Holiday Mega. Appreciate you guys waking up with us here on a hump day. Number 5 in the entire NFL right now. You got a guess, Matty Ice?
Is that Herbert?
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
Really?
Herbert's not cracking my top 10. I'll tell you right now. Absolutely not. You're not able to put up 20 points week in and week out. You're not making my top 10. Are you kidding me?
Is it CJ Stroud, maybe?
Baker Mayfield.
Wow.
Baker Mayfield.
Dog. I see you, big dog.
Big dog
called that.
Baker Mayfield, man. Baker Mayfield is playing at an elite level right now.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go ahead and give him the elite quarterback status, but the way he's played this season is absolutely elite.
Yeah.
He has looked fantastic, both athletic, making big throws. He'll have an occasional turnover here or there, but Big Dog's right. I said it yesterday. If Josh Allen wasn't lights out, we would be having some whispers about Baker Mayfield MVP season right now.
Okay.
Number 4, I still put Patrick Mahomes. He's not playing like it, but it's Patrick freaking Mahomes. I got to put him number 4, which is crazy that he dropped to number 4. Number 3.
Interesting. I'm interested where you go 3-2 here. 3-2-1.
I'm realizing something, by the way. Hand up. Completely forgot about Lamar Jackson. Oh, that's a bad job by me.
I was going to say, are you going to go Burrow, Lamar, Allen?
That's a bad job by me. I totally forgot about Lamar Jackson. All right, let's bump everyone down. Darnold 11, okay? Bump everyone down 1. I'm going to go Lamar Jackson would be right ahead of Patrick Mahomes. All right, so I would go Lamar Jackson 4.
4.
All right, that's
Mahomes
on me.
5.
Bad job by me.
Mahomes
5, Baker 6. All right, there you go. That's
fine.
on me. That's on me. I'll go Joe Burrow 3 because Joe Burrow is quietly having one of the best seasons on one of the worst teams.
I made a take. If the Bengals made the playoffs this year, I think, and this has come from Big
Josh Allen,
I think he wins MVP. I think the Bengals make the playoffs.
Well, I just think because Lamar. I mean, not Lamar. Josh Allen's doing the running touchdown thing where it's crazy.
Yeah, nuts. He has 11,
I think that's
crazy,
totally got to push him over the edge.
But still, Burrow's having an unreal year. An unreal year.
It's crazy, man. You see the clip of him on the sideline? John Boy did a breakdown. Now, I would have played it, but there's just too many expletives. It was just like, the game's over, right? It's 37-27, and Burrow's on the sideline. He's like, unbelievable. Terrible effort today. Should have beat these guys by bleeping 80 points. We're still bleeping 4-8.
Wow.
Like, oh, dude, I was just loving that. You don't see that kind of competition out of guys.
I love it. I love the fire. Yeah. I'm there for it.
Number 2 quarterback right now, Jordan Love. I am hopping on the Love train right now,
Number
baby.
2?
He has been a completely different guy since the injury. I think that Jordan Love is going to carry this Packers team to the NFC Championship. I could not be more on the Love train right now. Big Time says no.
Yeah,
you are going to see.
That's hot.
Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love. Jordan Love is going to carry this team. The numbers have been fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The reason you're saying no is because of the numbers. The numbers aren't there. I get it. But it's because they haven't had to be there. The Packers have just been like 22 or 20, like just efficient. Mm-hmm. Jordan Love's putting up 75%, 250 yards, couple touchdowns, just workmanlike efforts from Jordan Love. I would take Jordan Love over anyone right now, except for, of course, number 1, Josh Allen. I think Jordan Love has done it consistently since his injury. He has not turned the ball over. I would be terrified to see Jordan Love in the playoffs right now.
I mean, we did see it last year. To be Big Time, I completely agree with you. I think that's a little high, but
I'm an Eagles fan, Big Time. I'm an Eagles fan.
Here's the thing. We saw what Jordan Love did in the playoffs last year.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's not a bad take.
That's the same guy. This is a guy who got hurt. It was a bad injury, man. It was a bad injury in Brazil.
No.
He missed some time. He comes back. He gets re-injured.
Yeah.
He's having a turnover bug. I think back to what we were talking about Jordan Love in last playoffs. I think Jordan Love is absolutely that guy. Look, I'm not saying he's better than Mahomes long term.
Yeah.
I would still take Mahomes, right? I would still take Burrow, right? But the bottom line is this. Burrow's playing on a 4-8 team. Baker Mayfield, I'm still a little bit shaky about him because we've seen him turn the ball over. Jared Goff, I think, is a paper champion who's a beneficiary of a big roster, a dome merchant, if you will.
Yeah.
Jordan Love doing this in the elements at Lambeau, doing it with, I think, a way worse wide receiver core. I'm not a believer in Watson, not a believer in Dobbs, not a believer in Reed, not a believer in Tucker Kraft.
I mean, that's a great point as well. I can't lie. They don't have the weapons. Their best weapon is their running back besides Jordan Love.
Yes.
Josh Jacobs has been an absolute workhorse. I mean, this is exactly what they signed up for when they got him from Oakland. Like, this is it. This is who they wanted. And
I love it, man. I think the Packers are scary.
My top 5 is a little different. I would put Jordan Love 5.
Okay.
I would put Jordan Love 5.
Still respect.
I'd put Mahomes 4.
Yep.
Lamar 3.
Yes, there we go.
And then Burrow 2.
Yep.
And then
All right, yeah.
So
no,
it's similar.
I know that this Love thing is not a popular take. I'm just saying.
I love the take. I love it.
This is me kind of forecasting.
Yeah.
More than anything,
Jay
big
Merchant,
time.
good morning. Good morning.
Morning, Merchant. Good morning. Where does Russell Wilson fit in, though?
He's not even top 10.
He's not top 11.
He's not.
He might be 16. Big dog. He's quarterback number 16.
Listen, he lost me a parlay once, and I've had a grudge on him ever since. That was 2 years ago.
Can't blame you.
I've been very, very upset with that man.
Can't blame me at all. All right, we got a little bit of a halftime here. We're right around 8:05, little past halfway. You ever play Scrabble, Matty Ice?
Oh, I love Scrabble.
You're a Scrabblesman?
Yeah.
I'd like to be a Scrabble player. I get too frustrated. What I'll do is I'll take too much time. Mm-hmm. Did you know they have a Scrabble World Championship? It's a very big deal, very competitive stuff.
Really?
A New Zealand man playing his first ever competitive Scrabble game in Spanish, a language he doesn't speak, has won the board game Spanish language world title. A man named, by the way, get this, Nigel Richards from New Zealand. His name is literally Nigel Richards. He spent 9 weeks memorizing every single Scrabble Spanish word and has won the Spanish Scrabble national title. He has won multiple American English Scrabble titles. He did the same thing in French in 2015 and took the French title in 2018. This is absolutely bonkers. Quote, he does not understand why other people are not able to do this. This guy is an absolute psycho. A beautiful mind. You ever seen Beautiful Mind? Like, I just wish I was half as good or half as committed as anything as Nigel Richards, the multi-time Spanish world champion, cannot speak a lick of Spanish, but has now won the Spanish Scrabble World Championship. There you go. Nigel Richards. Start getting your Nigel Richards RPAs, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, my gosh.
What are we looking at here, Matty Ice? You looking them up?
I just looked up what the payout was for the championship.
Yeah.
Since the beginning of his competitive career in 1996, he has won about 75% of his tournaments, games, collecting an estimated $200,000 in prize money. So he did
not
all
even that
much. He did all that to memorize all that. I don't know, man.
I don't know. You don't know about that?
I don't know if
you telling him to get a life?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. Come
Nigel,
on,
get a life, Nigel.
Get it together.
Happy Hump Day, Tika. All right, Matty Ice. Enough buffoonery. All right, enough buffoonery here.
Oh man.
Let's talk hot stove. Second piece of big news. We got the Yankees fan in the building today. A massive deal in the MLB. In my opinion, a massive deal.
It is a good trade.
Former MVP Cody Bellinger gets traded from the Chicago Cubs to the New York Yankees. Interesting trade indeed. All it took.
Cody Petit.
I watch a lot of baseball. I rip a lot of cards.
Couldn't tell you.
I don't know who Cody Petit is.
No.
Straight up. You know who Cody Petit is?
No, but I looked him up. He 2024, he had 3-0 record, 2.2 ERA, 16 strikeouts, and a 1.07 whip.
There you go.
Cody Petit.
Not great. So Cody Petit's the deal. All right, give me your initial Yankees fan reaction.
Stereotypical Yankees move. I don't know, like getting an older guy, a veteran.
How old is he now? He's not that old. He's 31, I want to say. Maybe younger. I think he's younger.
Is he younger than that? I mean...
Let me see. Cody Bellinger age. I didn't see this. I think he's like 30. 29. He's not even 30, man.
Right.
He's not that old.
Younger than I
That's
thought he
young
was.
in baseball.
Yeah. I like it. But I still want to see a little bit more. There's still so many other gaps you got to fill.
Still have to see a little bit more.
Yes.
Ben,
and this makes a great
Do you have the lineup tweet, by the way, that I sent you from Bob Nightingale? Go ahead.
I'm just going off of what Jahir said. Did you know what he's talking about?
Oh, you beat me to the punch. You beat me to the punch.
If you go ahead. I'm not going to steal your thunder.
All right, hang on. Before we get to that, by the way, what do we got? 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes to get into this giveaway here, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate you hopping in. Check out this lineup here from Bob Nightingale. He laid out the lineup for the New York Yankees now, post Soto and the rotation. I personally think we got to tip our cap to Cashman and Steinbrenner. Do they deserve some flack for the Juan Soto thing? Yes, I guess so. $765 million for Juan Soto. It's insane. I don't think it's as much of an overpay as some people are saying. This is personal. Yeah. Soto, I think, is the best player in the MLB, not named Bobby Witt or Shohei Ohtani, maybe Aaron Judge. So there you go. This is the Yankees lineup positionally. Bellinger in center, Judge in right field, Wells catching, Giancarlo DHing, Jazz at third, Dominguez playing left field, hopefully if Boone ever plays him. Ben Rice at first baseman, Volpe at shortstop, and second base is to be determined. We do know the Yankees have a lot of good middle infielder prospects, waiting to see if they make another move or not. And then the rotation. Look at this rotation, which is pretty good, man. You got Garrett Cole, Max Fried now, Clark Schmidt, Rodon, who's a little Jekyll and Hyde, and Luis Gil, who just won Rookie of the Year, and you locked up a stone-cold closer with Devin Williams. Yeah. Damn, man. That seems to me like a legitimate lineup, a good starting rotation, a top 3 closer in the MLB all of a sudden. The sky is not falling for the New York Yankees. I get it if you're upset as a Yankees fan not getting Juan Soto.
It's not going to win a World Series.
You don't think so?
No.
I look at that team, and look, I don't think they're a favorite to win the World Series. That team can definitely win a World Series. Are you kidding me?
I mean, you still have the strikeouts potentially with Aaron Judge.
I mean, he's 20-25.
Agreed. But you also have, Giancarlo, if he can learn it. I'm just going off of hypothetical. If they can actually, not strike out and they can actually play baseball and not look like a minor league.
They're going to strike out.
It's just...
Everyone strikes out. This is 2025 baseball.
But the rate of it is unbelievable.
It's tough to watch, I get it.
It's either a home run or a strikeout.
That's baseball now, man. And it's not fun. It's not always the funnest. But I do think that's baseball nowadays.
That's why I love on-base percentage. Give me the on-base percentage, and if it's high, if you can get on base, I don't care about the long ball. I don't care about it. Give me the old Moneyball days. That's what I want.
He gets on base.
Give it back to me, baby.
He gets on base.
That's what I want. Give it to me. And there's just too many. And then you got, I don't know.
But yeah, all right, real quick, the TMZ scoop, though, Jahir is talking about. This is indeed true. Cody Bellinger's wife, Chase Carter, she's now Chase Bellinger, is Giancarlo Stanton's ex-girlfriend.
Yep.
That's not nothing. You know what I mean?
No, it's got to be a little something.
That's not nothing.
Do you think that they messaged both of them and were like, listen, guys?
No.
You don't think that Cashman is like, listen?
No, I don't think so at all.
Really? See, I think there was at least a message. I think there was a message. I think there was something being like, listen, we're making this trade. Is everything going to be good? Is this going to be okay? I think there's that. At least it was like, listen, we're going to do this either way, so you have to man up. You guys have to absolutely get this, knock this out, be totally fine with this. But
yeah, I'm with you here. I don't think so. The organizations want to win games on paper, and they say, all right, we want
a mess. Then who cares if you're bringing in a guy like this? If the locker room's a mess and you're worried about someone's ex in the locker room, listen,
these guys are professionals, man, and if they don't get it, they don't like it, Giancarlo, you're getting moved. You're getting traded. You know what I mean? Something like that could happen. You know, I think they see an opportunity. Think about it. You get a call, and it says, we'll give you Cody Petit for Cody Bellinger. You think you're going to stop and say, hey, Mike from Miami, you mind if your ex's, new boys in the clubhouse? No, I don't think that's happening at all. I could be wrong, right? I don't know what's going on, but,
You don't think so, Jair? I don't know. I still think that there was a message saying, hey, kind of it's not even like we won't do the trade, but it was more like, hey, we're making this trade, figure it out, because we're going to be ready to rock and roll next season, and you guys better be ready, and there better be nothing in between you guys.
They're probably saying that. They're probably saying that, but talk is cheap. Talk is definitely cheap. This could be a problem. Look, I think they're grown men. I think they'll work it out. 40 of you in here on a Wednesday morning. Appreciate you guys. 1.5 minutes to go for our Topps Holiday Mega Giveaway. Let us know your thoughts on the New York Yankees move. I think I tip my cap. I really do. Hal Steinbrenner, Brian Cashman.
It was a good move.
They're doing a very good job. Plus the Devin Williams move.
Yeah, that was a great
and who knows if
man,
they're done. Do you think this is a rare win-win deal, by the way? Because I think this move now is opening the door to sign Kyle Tucker to a mega deal for the Cubs.
I think it does. I think this definitely opens up that door. I think this definitely was a win-win situation for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely think both teams benefited from this move. Another kind of reason I really like this trade is that right field porch with a nice lefty swing. It could be nice.
That is my one concern with Bellinger, though. What's up, BCH? Good morning. My one concern with Bellinger is we see he goes through these stretches where he just rolls over, and I could see him trying to sell out for that short porch.
He doesn't have to hit up like crazy hard. That's the thing. It's so short. Just nice, easy, smooth swing. Take it easy. It'll get there. We've seen it all the time. Pop flies can carry.
Yeah.
Get gone.
Yeah. I'm just thinking. Yankees have done arguably more than the New York Mets, I would say, this offseason. Mets got Clark Schmidt and Juan Soto. They didn't get anything else.
I mean, they're
Yankees,
not done.
on the other hand,
they're not done.
Hold that thought. 10 seconds on this giveaway here. Who's taking it down? Topps Holiday Mega. I will be ranking the best moves of the offseason so far in just a few moments. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Oh, man. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Give it to me. Chandi. What have we got? Gonna be going to Alan G, baby!
Alan G.
Let's go, Alan!
Come on, baby.
Alan, always in the chat, always hopping in, rocking with us. Absolutely deserved it. Alan, you just won a 2024 Topps Holiday Mega. What are you gonna do next?
Come on. Go get your lottery
Let's go, Vaughn! Let's go, baby!
Come on.
Jahir. Playing the world's smallest violin. You want to know why? Because you got 2 more chances at least to hop in these next couple of days. 8 a.m. tomorrow, 8 a.m. on Friday. Do not go anywhere. And guys, stick around. We're going to be rocking around here on the show for a few minutes. Check out our store. We got plenty of great stuff in our store right now. And I believe, I can't confirm this for sure, but I have heard we will be doing auctions, $1 auctions through the rest of this week, as far as I know. Confirm? Stick around, guys. We will be doing a little $1 auctions as we wrap this show up in the next 15 minutes or so. All right, well, there you go. Congratulations, Alan. Let's go, baby. All right, love it, Alan. Appreciate it. Going in my son's stocking. That's exactly why we do this right here.
Awesome,
you
man.
love to hear that.
Yeah,
dude, that's a
really
great stocking stuffer right there. Appreciate it, Alan. All right, a little more hot stove news here for you. So we've got a lot of big moves. What's the next move, right? Mm-hmm. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys that ESPN wrote a nice article about. Bregman, Alonso, Walker, Santander, Corbin Burns, and Jack Flaherty.
Okay.
Out of those 6, Matty Ice, who do you think is the biggest position player and biggest pitcher? Well, it's kind of obvious, biggest pitcher. Give me your biggest overall, first of all.
I'm going Alex Bregman.
Okay.
I think that's such a huge asset for any of the teams. There's 4 teams that are suitors right now for Bregman. You got the Red Sox, the Yankees, the Mets, and then the Astros. So you last one you literally just said it that you think the Yankees had having a better postseason than the Mets.
Yeah.
That could swing easily with this.
Yeah.
I think that if you get Alex Bregman for either the Yankees or the Mets, and I think that he would rather go to the Mets than the Yankees just because you have that. Just because you have that. I mean, you have that beef. You have that beef. He was part of that team with the Yankees and Astros beef. I think that if he has to choose...
It's one-sided, though, here, Matty Ice. Here's the thing. Other than Aaron Judge, how many guys on this Yankees team was around? In fact, Garrett Cole was on the Astros on that team. I feel like it's more... Bregman has no beef with the Yankees. It's the Yankees fans that have beef with the Bregman. And if Bregman's hitting nukes for the Yankees, that beef's going to go away pretty quickly.
No, that's a great point.
I'm with you, too. I think Bregman would go to the Yankees. And the thing about this, you move Jazz Chisholm to second base. You got Bregman at third. Dang, man, not only is this a good lineup, the fielding's great, too. Bregman at third, Volpe at short. I don't know, Ben Rice at first base. And then
if you can get Christian Walker as well. So I think if the Yankees, if you can get Bregman and Walker, then I think you did enough. Then I think you literally aced the offseason, and that's without bringing Soto back as well, which I thought the main priority, Soto. Soto didn't happen, and I think they're playing it perfectly right now. I'm very happy with the way they're doing it, but they need them. There can't be. Don't get content.
Don't get content, baby.
Do not get content. Like, you got to go get these players. So you got to bring them in. You have to.
All right. So biggest pitcher, obviously, is Corbin Burns. I'm thinking I'm going to go out on a limb here. It's nothing too crazy. I'm thinking Boston Red Sox.
I think that's exactly where he goes.
Yeah, all right. We're on the same page there. I don't think he ends up going to Baltimore. I think the Red Sox are seeing all these other big markets making splashes. They missed out on their guy, Max Fried. They went and spent big to get Garrett Crochet.
Yeah.
I do think this is the supplementary move. All of a sudden, that rotation is looking a whole lot better with Crochet and Burns.
And then they
dude, in the snap of a finger in one offseason, you put yourself in a top 5 rotation category.
100%.
Oh, appreciate that, Alan. Merry Christmas to you. But yeah, I think Burns would go to the Red Sox. I actually think sleeper out of these position players, Anthony Santander.
I love Santander.
Anthony Santander could be the biggest one. A switch-hitting power hitter, doing it in Baltimore, which is a pitcher's park these days. I'm thinking Anthony Santander to the Phillies because the Phillies missed out on the Kyle Tucker sweepstakes.
Yeah.
Dombrowski has been silent. It's been very frustrating as a Phillies fan. This seems like a nice move to me. I would not be surprised, Phillies fans, if you see a deal involving Nick Castellanos this offseason.
Really?
You bring in Santander now to replace Castellanos in one of those corner outfield spots.
Yeah, no, I like that a lot. I think that's a danger.
Dude, a power-hitting switch hitter who hits 40 home runs consistently, I don't think he's going to cost that much money.
No.
Santander, I think, is absolutely massive right there.
I completely agree. That would be a great move for Philly.
All right, real quick here. Kind of a not fun topic. One that pissed me off, quite frankly. The NBA Cup last night.
Oh, jeez.
Who here watched the NBA Cup?
Unbelievable.
Put your hand up if you watched a dribble of the NBA Cup last night. No, exactly.
Not happening. Don't
this
care.
is an embarrassment. An absolute embarrassment by Adam Silver and the NBA.
What are we doing?
There were so many empty seats at that game last night. The game does not even count as a regular season basketball game. Ben, do you have the picture of the locker room of the NBA Cup? Here, I agree, garbage. Last year, the Lakers go crazy. They put up a banner. And you know what? I don't blame LeMickey and the Lakers for doing that. It was the first in history. In fact, I watched the NBA Cup. I bought in. I tried to watch it last year. This season, I had no idea what was happening.
I mean, here's the thing: is what's the purpose of it?
I don't know.
The purpose of it can't just
man.
be to get every player gets $500,000, right?
Who cares?
Exactly. Who cares? I think you told me this. They didn't pop champagne or anything after the win, right?
Yeah, we have a picture of the Bucks locker room. Look at this. This is how they left it. Doc Rivers said, no, we're not going to be doing any champagne popping. We're not going to be doing any celebrating this year.
I love it.
We got to save it.
Was it worth it? Tell us. Nothing was touched, so was it worth it? That's great.
All those goggles for the championship celebration, didn't even touch it, went home. Giannis made 4 stupid jokes and went home. Shout out to the Bucks. They're looking good.
Do you think that he was being serious? So there's a
what did he
video
say? I didn't even see this.
He was walking off into the locker room, going through the tunnels, and he's going, job is finished. Job finished. There's no way he's being serious, right?
No, he's not.
He
being
has to
serious.
be a jokester.
Giannis, he's an absolute jokester. No seriousness in that at all. Also, did you see the NBA All-Star Game format?
I did not.
They're
changing it every time, so I just don't care anymore.
Matt, it's
how bad? Give me 1 to 10. 10 being the worst.
9.
Oh.
How about 2 semi games? So there are 4 different teams. There's 4 different teams. They're going to draft 4 teams. They're going to play 2 games, I think, first to 50, and then the winner of those 2 games play in a championship. What are we doing, man?
Oh, this is bad.
Is anyone watching that? Like,
who is coming up with these ideas? This is terrible.
The Rizzler.
I could literally make this better. All you have to do, make a game worth something for the playoffs. That's it. That's all you got to do.
I don't think you can do anything, to be honest.
You have to. You have to try and figure it out. For example,
play it on 2K.
For example, the dunk contest. Give me the high flyers. Give me Anthony Edwards in there.
Yeah,
but give me the guys that are actually the stars. The stars need to actually want it. Like,
the guys are making so much money now that there's no amount of money that I think would make any of this worth it for them. You know, you can't inject excitement. You can't inject heart. You can't inject defense.
But you have to be able to. For example, you notice how it turns up. Like, I love watching playoff basketball. Give me NBA playoff basketball. Yeah. I love it. The intensity is unbelievable. The matchups, like, for example, when Trae Young played the Knicks, that was electric. That was fun this last couple of weeks. You're right. Yeah, so
it's the only thing that I paid attention to this entire NBA season, your point.
Exactly. So I think you need to find a way to make it a playoff incentive-based thing. So, like, for example, I would do something.
Like the MLB All-Star Game a couple years ago?
Yeah. So I would do something. Try to make it like it could benefit you.
Home court advantage?
So, exactly.
For the conference that wins it?
Something like that. Like, maybe they do like a... I don't know. I don't even know what you would do. You would have to do something along like a home field advantage would be great
for the Eastern. Bring it back to Eastern versus Western Conference.
Eastern versus Western. Get rid of the captains. I don't know why we even did that to begin with. I think it's just dumb.
I don't know either.
And then I would do like, dude, you could go so many routes with it. But
really, I feel like there's not a lot of routes you could go with it.
Maybe you add a win to each of the teams or something like that. I don't know, like something along the lines of that. It sounds crazy, but maybe add like a win
Dude, that
the
would be
winning team.
crazy.
And then
Imagine
a loss
being
for
like,
the team. So actually,
oh, if only my guys won the All-Star game, then the Pacers would have made the playoffs this year.
Exactly.
You know?
One game difference.
There's just, I consider myself to be an open-minded individual. Yeah. I consider myself to be a progressive individual. Yeah. There's been way too much change in the NBA in the last 5 years. The All-Star game has changed. There's a play-in game. Yeah. We have the NBA Cup.
I do like the play-in game. I don't mind the play-in game. I cannot lie to you.
I don't mind the play-in game. Out of all the changes, I think that's probably the best one.
Yeah.
Do you think we see the NBA Cup game next year?
Sorry, say it one more time.
The NBA Cup, like the in-season tournament. Do you think we see it next year?
I mean, I think it's had so much hatred at it.
I think it's done. I think first year saw mixed results. Second year they said let's run it back, and like it didn't even get negative publicity, which I think is kind of a bad thing. All publicity is good publicity. This year it didn't even get negative publicity.
Yeah,
I think we've seen the last of the NBA Cup. What's up, Kragerman? Is it down so much here? Random question. Do y'all know anyone selling FOTL NFL Prism? We do not know yet, Jahir, but just stick with us. We do have an NFL channel in the works. I can tell you that much. No promises on any date yet, but sooner rather than later, we will be able to have some NFL cards on the table for you soon. Appreciate you hanging out with us in the meantime, Jahir.
That will be a lot of fun.
Oh, okay, Jahir. So Jahir's saying they got big pockets. Emirates obviously will keep it going. But if you're Adam Silver and you're the NBA, I think you scratch your head a little bit. Maybe a bit of a swing and a miss.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a swing and a miss, and I think he knows it. But I mean, like Jair is saying, money talks. So will we see it?
I don't know.
As much as I want to say no, I mean,
it's crap.
I don't know. It's literally in the air. It's 50-50.
All right, we were just about wrapping up before we send it over to the breaks, but we are going to be doing a top 5 at 8:25 today with that Cody Bellinger move. MLB offseason has been one of the best that I can remember, to be honest. Usually you got to wait. This year it's been kind of jam-packed, the Soto move, Kyle Tucker trade. So I'm going to recap, in my opinion, the 5 best moves for the from the perspective of a specific team, I guess, this offseason. So I'm going to start with number 5. I thought that was the 5th best move of the offseason yesterday. The Yankees trading for Cody Bellinger. I thought it was a very good move, very low risk. Just a matter of the Cubs don't want to pay him. Cody Bellinger, former MVP. He's shown flashes of it, especially last season. Now, the reason it's only 5 is because he has shown bad flashes. Actually, in the last 5 years, he has been more bad than good. But personally,
he's had a resurgence in his career.
He has had a resurgence last year.
It continues.
And he's won an MVP. I think he'll benefit from the short porch. Playing in LA has got to be tough. Give me Cody Bellinger going to the Yankees at number 5. Number 4, going to stick with New York, actually. Devin Williams move going to the Yankees. Another great move. Being a team where you pretty much gave up nothing, in my opinion. Nestor Cortez, it was time for him to get out of here anyways. It's just a matter of the Brewers weren't going to pay him. Yankees said, we need a closer.
We need him, and we need him.
As a Yankees fan, Matt, I think you would agree, last season looks a whole lot different if you had a steady closer.
Yes.
After Clark Schmidt went lights out for 20 appearances, complete implosion.
Nestor Cortez comes in and
Cortez
lets up a nice
comes
little
in.
grand slam.
You had
nice to go to a closer.
Luke Weaver, Dreamweaver reference, who his MLB career was over, pretty much. Closed the games for the Yankees last year. Filled a major need for them. Didn't give up much to do it.
Absolutely.
Number 3, might surprise you that I only have this one at number 3. Mets signing Juan Soto. Now,
it doesn't do it for you?
No, it's a great move. It's just like the easiest thing of all time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like there was nothing impressive. Like it's not like I think number 2 and number 1 I have being like they did more with less. You know what I mean? I'm not impressed by the fact that Steve Cohen is just like the richest guy on earth.
Just throwing the money.
Right, exactly.
Just throwing it.
I think it's a great move, obviously, getting Juan Soto. It's a massive move. He's going to be great, good for the New York Mets. The only reason I don't have this at 2 or number 1 is because it's just so easy. Correct. Now, the number 2 move of the offseason was the White Sox trading Garrett Crochet. I feel like the return that the Chicago White Sox got. It
was insane.
Kyle Teal
and Braden Montgomery. They definitely won that trade.
For Garrett Crochet. I think Garrett Crochet is a heck of a pitcher. But you're an organization like the White Sox, a total dumpster fire. You get Kyle Teal, who's pretty much an MLB ready, like one of the most exciting prospects, especially at the catcher position. And then also Braden Montgomery, a guy who I know you and I
thought Kyle Teal would have been enough to get Garrett Crochet.
Yeah, me too.
Let alone, and then you see the confirmation comes out that was Braden Montgomery also in the package.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That is a juicy, juicy deal for Garrett Crochet, who was not going to have any future of the White Sox, and everyone knew it. And number 1, was the Cubs trading for Kyle Tucker. Now, look, I'm not saying Kyle Tucker is a better player than Juan Soto. I'm not saying he's equal to Juan Soto, but it's not a big drop-off. It's pretty close.
Wow,
Kyle Tucker can put up some Juan Soto-like numbers. The Astros gave up...
Stay healthy.
Or excuse me, the Cubs gave up Cam Smith, who I think is a heck of a prospect. They gave up Isaac Paredes, who is a good third baseman, and Hayden Madrowski, or Wisniewski, I can't remember his name, who's not that good of a pitching prospect, for Kyle Tucker, who to me is one of the best all-around hitters in the entire MLB.
Fun player to watch.
And now you're going to, if they want, and I think they will, going to be able to re-sign him for a deal probably $300 million less than Juan Soto.
100%.
That, to me, has been the number one move of the offseason. The Cubs acquiring Kyle Tucker. Any critiques of the list here, Matty?
No,
what do you think?
I really like that list in general. So are you saying that the Cubs are having the best offseason? Just, I mean, by the trades, I mean, they're obviously now they get Kyle Tucker.
I guess the Cubs are having the best offseason per the moves. I actually think the Yankees are having the best offseason, to be honest with you, because the Yankees are a more complete team to me. The Cubs still, I think, have a couple holes in that lineup and that pitching rotation, but just based on the couple moves they have made, absolutely love them. I think the Cubs are doing a great job. But actually, I think the Yankees are having the best offseason.
Interesting. I think they need to do more, but they're on the right track. This is about as good as they could have done without getting Soto.
Now, that's the thing. If I was a Yankees fan, I'd be pissed off because I love Juan Soto. He's the best.
It hurts. It had a little stinger, but I mean, if you go out, you go get a third baseman and a first baseman, and I think you're looking fine. You address the bullpen, you address the starting rotation, and I think that and honestly, it's great that they have Jason Dominguez in the lineup. I love to see that. It's final.
Are we sure? Aaron Boone's going to do it?
He's a moron. I can't stand Aaron Boone, but I love that we can at least hope that we can actually see Jason Dominguez in the lineup.
All right, there you go. That's going to just about wrap it up. Any final thoughts, Matty Ice?
No, let's have a day.
Let's have a day. You're breaking, right?
Yeah.
What do we got? What do we got in store today?
Bowman and then the dollar drafts.
Dollar auctions?
Dollar auctions, yeah.
All right, there we go. Real quick, for the degenerates out there, give me Vermont -3.5 tonight. All right, real quick. Vermont against Miami, Ohio. If you did not see it, Vermont just won the soccer national championship.
I did see this.
The first national championship in Vermont history for any sport other than skiing.
Yeah. Wow.
The first national championship in the American East Conference history. So I imagine Vermont tonight, they're going to bring in the soccer team. That gym is going to be rocking
nuts
in Burlington, Vermont tonight. So for my degenerates out there, Vermont -3.5 tonight. Just a fun little play. But I leave you on that. Guys, triple threads tomorrow. Giveaway at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Thursday night football preview. It's auctions at $1. Guys, you got nothing but craziness all around. Don't go anywhere. We're going to send it over to Kreger and Matty Ice here. Matt, appreciate you. Ben, appreciate you. Everyone in the chat, thank you so much for joining us. Chandi, not quite. Have a fantastic hump day, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace out from Suncoast Sports.